All right, I got 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. Start with pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Next is approval of today's agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is approval of minutes of 4/2/2025.
Lance will make a motion to approve the minutes of April 2nd, 2025.
Second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is approval of claims for payment of 4/9/2025.
I would make a motion to approve.
I will second that.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Yeah, emergency management coordinator Creighton is going to reimburse for a hotel expense in the amount of and actually, was it, billing, was that removed?
No,
No.
because it was too late. The
Okay.
orders started.
Oh, here it is, in the amount of $91.84, so he'll provide payment for reimbursement.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next is consideration of approved dental insurance plan. We got Chandra here if she wants to explain anything or if you have any questions.
She was able to explain everything to me via email. So I'm gonna make a motion to approve having a high and a low plan where the county will initially offer everybody the low plan, and for the difference, the employee would pay the difference for the high plan. Does that make sense, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Do you like have a cost for like whatever you need the difference?
Right around $10 a month. Was that right, Chandra?
Single is $471, employee and spouse is $1041, and a family is $1717.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is consideration to approve changing vision provider.
Lance, I'd make a motion to approve the current vision plan that we have with the Delta Vision.
Is there a second?
I thought we would discuss going back with visas because of the lack of providers.
So motion fails for no second.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Maybe we need to bring this up again.
We're up right now.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I'm understanding, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I've understood that that a lot of the vision providers that we had previously with the visas are no longer covered under their current plan. So I don't know if we need to talk with employees again or get more opinions.
So. I agree with that. So with the vision. We switched vision plans. The employee pays 100% of the plan. It was there to save money for the employee. A lot of the networks, it's actually costing an employee more than it would have before, because. I think there's one provider in this county, if I recall. For the current one, and where a visas opened it up for a lot more employees, but it costs more, but it's, again, it's 100% cost to the employee. And the ones I've talked to would like to go back to the old plan.
Okay. I had just a few people contact me, but with the visas reimbursements, the out-of-pocket expenses, it was not timely. So, but I'm willing to go back to that, so.
And it's a plan, you don't have to take either. and
Right.
That was
Yep.
the other option.
Lance, have you checked out VSB? That might be one you might want to check out.
BSP.
Can we just table this for this week then?
We can.
Yeah.
I think we can, can't
No.
we? Is there a timeline, Chandra?
They want to get a package ready for you to approve all benefits at once. EBS does.
So we're back to the two choices.
And I don't know if the BSB would be an EBS
Yeah,
provider or not.
They never brought it to us.
I don't know what
No,
that
I've
stands
never
for.
heard from them before.
You gotta hear.
yeah, Lance,
Yeah.
I'd make a motion to utilize a thesis for the 25-26 benefit year.
Okay, I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I just appreciate you giving me the insight on the providers.
Yeah.
Reimbursement's one thing, but providers, that's a bigger issue. So,
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is consideration to approve utility permit UT 2025-05 for Garden Wind Farm LLC.
I'll make a motion to approve said utility permit.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 And will you just note that I'll abstain from that?
Abstaining.
Yep.
Motion carries. Next is consideration to acknowledge the recorder's report.
Lance, I'll make a motion to acknowledge Recorder Cadner's monthly report for the month of March.
I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is the auditor's report.
Make a motion to approve the auditor's monthly report for March.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is possible action enrollment fees with Rocket Lawyer.
So this was one of the independent benefits that employees could sign up for. It's like a prepaid legal service. And so Jennifer McMillan sent an email to Chandra. I was able to find out that there are currently 18 employees from Hardin County using Rocket Lawyer. The cost would continue to be $2 per month for eligible employees. So at this point, I would make a motion to approve to continue to offer it to those enrolled currently.
You would have to pay for everybody.
It's either all or none.
If you don't use it, you got paid $2 per person, so it's like 2,500 a year. That's if you have 104
I have a
full-time
motion on,
employees.
I have a motion on the floor. Do you want to withdraw your motion?
I'll just let it fail.
Motion fails for lack of
I don't-
second.
So in this area, I don't think offering it, paying outright for 18 people would be prudent. So,
They don't pay that for that themselves.
yes,
They do.
They
pay-
do, if you
but
want,
we
if you want to do it
administer
yourself, you can pay for it yourself. If
Okay.
Hardin County doesn't want to pay for it.
it.
yeah.
Right, okay,
so,
so it'll just be left as is.
so I don't think we need it. Do you want a motion, Lance?
Are they offering, Chandra, a good question for you. Are they offering this all?
They just want to know if you want to offer it or not. They can put it in the benefit guidebook as a yes or no. Leave it in or take it out.
Well, if it doesn't cost us anything.
No, it's gonna
Well,
cost you
it's gonna-
2,500 a
Okay.
year.
And that's, the employee pays that.
No,
that's
No.
us.
you,
That's us.
But it's 2,500 if, okay.
Yeah.
But it's not no, you can't grandfather it in like the Liberty.
no, but last year it was, the first year was free Rocket Lawyer.
Yep.
Just get everybody on the hook, like, oh, you like it? You want to keep it?
Oh,
So now they're gonna charge you.
I'm gonna make a motion to deny Rocket Lawyer Services.
okay, I will second it.
It's been moving second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of denial terminating the rocket lawyer, I guess is a better way to put it. Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is discuss with possible action timely processing of incident accident reports and workers' comp complaints. This is something that I believe Thomas and Michelle brought to us. And what it is we're not getting, we're getting our paperwork late. And they need it more timely, and they want a policy out there to get it to us by a certain day and get things moving. Yep, come on up.
Morning, Thomas.
So. We've talked about this extensively in the safety committee about having to have timely reports so that we can investigate the report, number one. And number two, so that we know there's an employee injury and we can follow up with that. The problem is that we've had, I think, Michelle talked about 3 employees. One went to a non-county provider that's not approved under our work comp. Another one went to another provider, but we didn't get the call until probably 2 weeks later. So nobody knew anything about it. Another one is that we knew about it, it's just, we didn't get a report on it. It went through the correct channels of the department, but did not get into the safety stuff, into the work comp in timely fashion. So we're asking to change the safety policy and then put it out to everybody, department heads, employees, everybody gets it, that says employees will report within 24 hours. And supervisors and department heads will report within 24 hours of receiving that. So the employee has to report to their department head. And then that department head has to report to us so that we have time, because it does me no good as an investigator of an incident. By the time 24 hours is up, the truck is off the road, the piece of equipment might be fixed or it's gone. And so there's no way to do an investigation into that. It really is making it very difficult to follow up on safety issues. So that's why we're asking to change that. I think we sent you a copy of that.
Yeah.
Updated with just those 2 verbiage changes in there. And then talked to Judy Hamaker yesterday. Not yesterday, day before. And we also will be looking at a way to change the handbook, that if employees don't report and supervisors and department heads don't report, then there'll be some type of just internal policy, yeah. Because we've got department heads that it's not an important issue to them, so they drag their feet. We've got it that employees think that a bee sting today might not turn into something, you know. It's kind of like during the winter when we had the ice, I fell over by the sheriff's office. Nothing happened. I wasn't hurt, but
You reported.
something could turn out of that in a day or 2. So it has to be reported when an incident happens. We need to know about it. Doesn't make we're not gonna make a big investigation of it. Okay, you fell on the ice, you got stung by a bee, I don't care. But down the road, we might care, or you might care.
So is there an actual policy on this or anything in writing that can go to each of the department heads so everybody
Yeah.
knows?
The proposed change.
I think
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, all right, it's probably
So,
down here then.
I would say we add that to the agenda for next week and Daryl, have you had a chance to review? Or do you want to?
If you want me to, I will.
If you just give it a once over, that'd be great. So,
All right.
yeah,
Thank you,
thanks, Thomas.
Thank you.
None of those today? Nope.
Were we in discussion or was there a
There's no
motion?
motion.
Okay, so I can entertain a motion
Oh, yeah.
Well,
to table.
Table.
okay, I'd make a motion to table, have council review. prior to evaluation.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have no change of statuses. Other business. Public comment.
Yes, I've got two.
Donna, coming up.
Here are some facts. Population wise, Hardin County sits at number 45 out of 99. Close to 10% now of that population lives below the poverty level for Iowa. Reasonable property tax growth is the combined percent increase of population and inflation. Over the last 10 years, Hardin County has lost about 5% of their population. Meanwhile, inflation is up 32.7%, which would make for Hardin County reasonable tax growth at 27.6%. It is currently 44.3. These taxes are increasing 16.7% faster than the combined growth of population and inflation. During the public hearing on tax levies, in response to comments from people who attended, Lance questioned the people attending how much the county should cut public services. For government services to residents and for health and social services, this county only allows 4.9% of its entire budget. This is less than what the state average is. In fact, health and social services is less than half what the state average is. In fiscal year 2023, you voted yourselves a 6% pay raise. In fiscal year 2024, you voted yourselves a 10% pay raise, and granted, other officials took a much smaller increase. Last year, fiscal year 2025, you voted yourselves a 3% pay raise. Meanwhile, supervisors in 50 counties gave themselves less than a 3% pay raise. 22 of those counties took zero change in pay, while 7 more of those counties gave themselves a pay cut, including one that took a full 5% pay cut. All counties knew this reduction in state funding was coming. So did this county. Considering your pay raises over the last 3 years total 19%, and considering the tax assessments that were just mailed out, don't you think as elected officials that you could take the taxpayers and the financial changes they are facing into consideration and skip this year for a change? Thank you.
Thank you.
Last night, the city of Eldora had a tax levy meeting and then a regular city council meeting on Zoom. You know, the first meeting started at 6. They had it on Zoom. People could do public comments on Zoom. And I think they were a very good example of what the county should be doing. It gives citizens access. There was a crowded room. People who worked during the day, showed up and they had stuff to say. It was just, it was just good to see this. And, it's too bad that the county has their supervisor meetings when people are working. There's no Zoom public comment, and it just feels like, to me, it feels like you kind of want to avoid people interacting. That's just me. And it just, kind of feels like hiding the business, but they'll find out later when they can, look on YouTube or something. So it would be nice if you would change that, but, yeah, so I think you should discuss it. And I want to say that an elected official who trolls private citizens is like, that nasty, you know what? And it needs to stop, because I don't think it's funny. I don't know. Maybe you need rocket lawyer, I don't know, but, and in the particular one, there's the word, pardon my French, shitty. So you know what? I think that troll was pretty crappy. It needs to stop. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Go to adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Moving seconded, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries for adjourn.